Alright, just hopping into another video here. So today's topic is child labor and why we should, try to make it work in an ethical way. Now, why do I bring this up? Because I've noticed there's been an increase in adults that don't have any skills at all, right? So I work at a job where I'm in charge of leading a team of people, and you come to realize, after filtering through a bunch of them, they come in, they leave, they quit, or they get fired, whatever. A lot of them just don't have good work ethic at all, man. And I think a lot of that has to do with them not doing shit as a kid other than school. Because our school system kind of fucking sucks, man. You look at it and you got all these kids, all these kids. I just saw a friend on the street. You see all these kids, on the streets and shit. What was I talking about? I was talking about, damn, bro, what was I talking about? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna pause it because I'm driving. I'm just gonna let you guys see me struggle with this. I was talking about something about kids in school not knowing shit. Yeah, the school system sucks, man. It doesn't teach kids shit. All it does is teach people how to do unnecessary shit. I think schools should be reformed, right? Because the way we have it structured, at least here in America, is you have everybody in rows and shit, and they all listen to one person in the front, and you do as you're told, and you have a set amount of hours. You get a break in the middle of the day with your lunch schedule. Sounds an awful lot like a 9 to 5 to me, And then the after school curriculars, they got sports and clubs and shit. I think that's good. I think we need to do more of that in schools. Just have kids do a bunch of different shit, find out what they like. Because what's the point of having a kid, get a degree in English just for them to work at a fucking 7-Eleven or something? You know what I'm saying? It's useless to me to force people to do things they don't need to be doing when they could be doing things that are better. Let's say you're an artsy fartsy kind of person in school, but you still have to do algebra and shit and all this other stuff that you're never gonna really pursue in your life. Why not see what that kid's strength is and then just have them commit to it? I think we have a commitment issue in general in our generation, man. A lot of us can't keep a job. A lot of us can't stay in a fulfilling relationship with anybody. This is including friendships too, because I don't know. I think friendships are not the same the same way they used to be. Social media really makes it so you have access to everybody all at once, and that kind of fucks with things. You can't I don't think you should have access to everybody at all times. I really don't, man. I think that's bad for the brain. I think that's bad for your social skills and abilities. A lot of us meet online now, and it's pretty difficult to meet anybody in person unless they're at your job or at your club or whatever the fuck you do, right? If you have a hobby outside of work. But once you graduate high school or college, you're just kind of on your own, and you forget you're an adult and you can just kind of do anything you want. Now you could pursue those dreams that you had as a kid of doing building a PC or something. So I kind of got my dream set up at home now. I barely play on my PC anymore, but as a kid, that was the one thing I wanted, a gaming computer. I wanted to be like the YouTubers and shit, playing Minecraft with mods and shit. But then you download the mods, and then you realize that they suck. I downloaded the dinosaur mod on Minecraft and the realm I got going on right now with my brother, my cousin, and that shit's ass, man. I think, and the idea was kind of cool, right? You got dinosaurs riding around. You could you could like extract DNA from them and become them, and like they have like helicopters and shit. But I've been playing Minecraft since like 2012, so I grew up with like OG shit, man. I don't know none of that. Like I used to just watch mods like on fucking YouTube videos and shit. But now that I'm grown and I've experienced that, I realize it really ain't all that, bro. And the older you get, the more you experience, the more you realize that most things in life really ain't all that. You get what I'm saying? Damn, bro, people cannot drive at all. I'm used to driving at night. You know, I work really late, so I'd be driving around at like 3 in the morning, and the 3 a.m. drivers are so much better than like the normal plebeian drivers out here. They give you space, they're courteous, they use their signals and shit, and because it's dark, you can see everything low-key. Like, you'd expect the opposite, right? You'd expect to not be able to see shit, but when there's so few cars on the road, and they all have headlights on, you know, you could actually see a lot. You can see where everybody's at, and I think it's a lot safer and easier to drive at night. That's just me, though. That's just me. I know some people can't see shit at night, but I think that's just because, like, you know, lack of being used to it. First couple months that I started working nights like that, I was struggling to stay awake, but now I struggle to wake up before 1 p.m. which is kind of pathetic, you know, like you say something like that, it sounds terrible, it sounds funny, but like you go to sleep at 4 in the morning, what do you expect, man? And then, so that kind of gives you a bad image, because like when people are calling you and shit, you're always sleeping, and that sucks, you know, that kills your social life. So you kind of have to make new friends that kind of revolve around your schedule, or can work with your schedule. It's kind of neat, you know, it's kind of quirky. Dude, I am literally next to like 2 of the same exact model of cars right now. This is so cool. I feel connected with the road right now. It's like we're all one person, you know. And I'd really, on that note, you know, I think we all are one person. If you've ever taken mushrooms, then you know what I'm talking about. A common consciousness you kind of unlock after a certain amount of time, or after taking a trip. I haven't had an ego death, but I've definitely experimented with shrooms, and they're pretty fucking neat, man. You know, you learn a lot. It kind of like opens up your third eye, and that sounds corny as shit. You hear all these people always saying shit like that, but you know, don't knock it till you try it, man. That's like one of the only things in the world that are like almost zero side effects. The thing is, with shrooms, you gotta be mentally ready, bro. You gotta be mentally like understanding of who you are, and have a general comfortability with outside environments, right? You gotta be a patient person, you gotta be a calm person, and you gotta be a pretty reasonable person. Dude, that's the 4th Civic, dude. The 11th gen Civic is popping off in America right now, man. If you know ball, you know ball. If you're thinking of getting a new car, I would definitely recommend the 11th generation of Civics. Don't get the ones with the CVT transmissions. I had that before this one. They're good. Like if you really don't give a shit, like if you're a girl that doesn't like care about cars, or like even a dude that doesn't care about cars, you just want something that kind of looks a little sporty and just, you know, automatic. It's you know, looks more expensive than it is. I'll just spit everywhere, man. Get a fucking 11th gen Civic. They're the perfect sedan, man. I have a Civic Si. You know, it got the manual and shit. Fun car to drive. It's slow, man. You're not gonna break no necks with this shit, unless you like, you know, mod it out, make it look nice. But it's already a really nice looking car, so you really can't go wrong with it. How do we still have traffic in 2025, man? We should be well past this shit, man. Oh, this goes back to that child labor shit I was talking about. If we had children just, operating traffic lights, I think traffic would be at an all-time low. Accidents would be less. But, yeah, these are kids. You know what? Maybe there's a good reason why we don't have kids working. They should be busy learning shit. Hey, but you could learn about cars while, operating street lights. Like, if you see that a whole fucking line of cars is, like, starting to form, and it's causing traffic, I think it's pretty logical to, start letting let that side of traffic flow instead of letting the one car that's at a red light that's been waiting there for, like, a minute at most pass before the other 40 cars on the other side of it. You get what I'm saying? I think even a 5-year-old should be able to do that, at least. That's just me, man. I'm guessing that would be a controversial opinion, but I was working as a kid and I came out pretty good. I'd go to school and I'd be like, yeah, I went to go mop some floors at this one place. Did they care? No. Did I keep the money? No. But I learned a lot of valuable lessons, like how to fucking broom. You'd be surprised at how many grown-ass adults don't know how to use a broom or a mop, man. Or how to wash dishes or, just, like, go outside and fix shit. I had to teach a friend how to use a drill. And it was kind of disappointing to me, Imagine that was your son or something and he's just, like, asking you how to use a drill and you're just, like, flipping around and shit. Like, you kind of failed as a father at that point, because what the fuck are you doing, man? You're seriously telling me you've never used a drill? You never even thought of how a drill works, man? It's got 2 fucking functions. It just spins and you press a button to spin it, man. It has a fucking battery on the bottom. And, like, that's all. That's all it fucking does. It just spins. What? I can't believe I had to explain that to somebody. And then when you see people that like, never, like, cleaned in their life, it pisses you the fuck off, because you see them brooming and they got, like, a weird grip on the broom. Their feet, their, like, legs are all spread out, almost doing the splits. I don't know, man. It's fucking weird, dude. Weird fucking things that bother me in life. I like to think I'm a patient person, but, like, when I see somebody doing some stupid shit like that, my patience runs thin. But hey, at some point you gotta learn at some point, right? I guess you can't judge people when they're learning, because then that's the whole reason why they didn't want to learn to begin with. But yeah, child labor would have fixed that issue. We wouldn't have seen nobody struggling with the broom and shit. And, child labor shouldn't be like 8 hours or anything. I think, like, after school, like, instead of like 8 hours of school, it should be 6 hours of school, in the last 2 hours, like, they take, like, a field bus, like a bus trip to fucking, like, some office or something, and they just, like, organize papers, and then, like, they learn how that shit works, and, like what an accountant does and shit like that. I remember I had a field trip kind of like that when I was a kid, but, I don't remember it because we only did it one time. I do remember going to, like, this museum in Phoenix, Arizona, that had, like, that kind of taught you about, like, the human body and organs and shit. That was pretty neat. I still remember vividly asking the teacher if trans fat, or, like, which one was a bad fat, and I remember they told me trans fat was a bad fat. That kind of stuck with me having that curiosity to ask. And when I got to college, I was, learning about biology there too, and it got a lot more complex than it was when I was a kid, but it was still really interesting. The human body is super complex. It's made out of, like, 40 trillion fucking little machines that all work in perfect synchronicity. And, that's why you sometimes be feeling sick all the time, man, because, something's always going wrong, It's impossible for your body to, like, always run at 100% of the time. When you learn how fucking complicated it is, like, how do you make, like, another animal make you work? You get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying, because I don't get what I'm saying half the time. Which is okay, because If I knew everything, shit would get boring real quick. Real quick. I wish I could forget my memories and watch Attack on Titan all over again. That shit was fucking crazy, man. If you haven't seen Attack on Titan, what are you doing with your life, man? You're missing out on some of the greatest media humanity has ever created. You know, we're living in the time where everything is the best it's ever been, bro. A lot of people don't realize that. That you know, healthcare has never been the best, as good as it's been, as it is now. You know, you can learn everything ever, literally anything ever. You know how difficult it was just to be like literate, even 100 years ago, bro. Like, let that actually fucking sink in, bro. Most people in history don't know how to read. The fact that you are listening to this video right now is like fucking witchcraft, dude. You're literally watching me possibly from like hundreds of miles away, talking about child labor and bullshit like that. And like 100 years ago, you would have been stressing because like you just lost like 4 of your brothers and sisters to like a plague or some shit. That's crazy to me, man. And we take a lot of shit like that for granted every day, every motherfucking day, bro. You know, oh, you're hungry? Yeah, let's go to McDonald's, man. 100 years ago, oh, you're hungry? The fuck? Why are you telling me that, man? We're all hungry. We haven't eaten in 40 days, dude. We caught a deer, one deer this winter, and that's all we had to work with between 4 of us. You know, we might have to start resorting to cannibalism. I would think that in my head if I was a fucking pilgrim. That's probably the course of action I would take, because, you know, survival of the fittest, my guy. Construction here. Yeah, but you know, surviving is life's #1 goal. That's all humans are really meant to be. Like, we all have like this idea that we're here for a purpose, but we're really not, man. You compare us to like a virus or like a bacteria or something. We're really no different. We just have consciousness. You know, we think. We have feelings. We have feelings that get broken. Broken hearts. Shit. At least a virus doesn't have to get, you know, pay taxes and shit. At the end of the day, we're just living in like a fucking simulation, man. And I do think, I don't know, man. I really don't know what the fuck is up with humans, or like what our purpose is. You know what? Thinking on it now, I'll never know until I die, I guess. But then even then, what if it's just like all black? It's all black, that would suck. I kind of hope I hope like some religion's real, man. Any of them, you know. And something I was thinking about, like you know, religions and shit, how like hell kind of sucks, man. It's kind of fucked up that you go to hell and you just kind of stay there for all eternity. Like, let's say you die at 30 because you get crushed by a fucking anvil or something. And you, like, throughout your life, you were kind of like a cool guy. You were just chill. You were nice to people. But like, let's say you were gay or something, and you like dudes and shit. That would kind of fucking suck to just go to hell because of that for eternity. Like, literally never return from that. That would fucking stink ass. It pisses me off thinking about that, man. Like, you gave me 30 years, and now I have to spend trillions in fucking hell, burning. Oh, I'm supposed to hold my clutch before I do that. I've been driving manual for I'd say probably 3 months now. And I'm pretty comfortable on it. I'm not good at all. Definitely not good at all on it, but But hey, man, that's my video for today, man. I got a little bit of a bowl cut going on right now. I'm trying to grow out my hair. I don't know to what length. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all listening to me. It's probably just going to be me watching this video again over and over again. Like, my last video has 11 views on it, and all 11 were me. But hey, you know what? I don't need fans, man. I don't need fans. I just need to like talk to something every once in a while. Not somebody, something, you know. Something that doesn't reply back and give me bad ideas and shit. So, you know, if you are listening to this, I hope you're millions of miles away and you appreciate the shit you got right now, even if it's a little bit, because we're not here for a long time, and you could fuck up and go to hell forever. So enjoy your time here, man, and, you know, watch anime. Watch Attack on Titan if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, because the fuck are you doing, man? That shit's so good, man. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll see y'all. This is Just Talking episode 3, I think. I don't know, or episode 4, I forget.